Mankato saw a visit from the state demographer today to share data with local groups and business owners. Greater Mankato Growth hosted Megan Dayton, Minnesota's senior demographer, who measures and delivers population data and labor statistics. Topics included the local workforce, student demographics, and rural labor markets. Dayton says it's important to hear from local business owners and to be there to give more insight to the numbers that come in from the census.
It's really important to get out to places in greater Minnesota, like here in Mankato, and see if what we're seeing in the data is resonating with the people that are here living that reality, right? We look at these numbers, but they're more than just numbers. They're actually real people.
The meeting was part of GMG's advocacy event series, which will next see a session on paid family leave. That'll be September